Austin,
It's What Would You Do?
Oh my God!
to Blanco,
I'm John Quinones.
There you are. Here comes the Blanco.
to the town where I was born and raised, San Antonio.
Love you guys. What would you do?
It's a very special What Would You Do deep in the heart of Texas. Now, they say everything is bigger in Texas, and when you see the reactions we've captured on hidden camera, you'll see they were right. So saddle up and answer the question, what would you do?
In the military?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your service.
I appreciate that.
I see you have a baby at home.
She was born during my last deployment.
I'm guessing home's a little different, huh?
My wife would tell you I'm the one that's different. Being over there took its toll on me, I guess. I had a hard time holding down a job.
Your total's $39.10.
Wow, that much?
We've all seen those Support Our Troops bumper stickers, but what does that word support really mean? We're at a supermarket where a struggling veteran is trying to buy diapers, formula, food for his family, but he's short on cash. Will other customers rally to his aid, or will they let him be an army of one? What would you do?
I'm sorry, you're $8 short.
I promised my wife I'd come home with everything on the list.
Our cashier and our veteran have reported for duty at San Antonio's La Fiesta supermarket. And that's when Linda Tuppers gets in line.
Which branch of the military were you in?
Army, did 10 years.
Oh, yay! Were you in the Army as well?
No, I just had a son that retired. I have another grandson in the Army. We support the military.
What will she do when our veteran's credit card is rejected?
I'm sorry, sir, it's declined. Do you have cash?
Yeah, things just been really tight.
He looks for his cash, but it becomes clear he's short.
Well, that adds up fast, doesn't it? Can you put the beer back, please? I don't need that. That's the one thing that's not on my list.
Even with the beer off his tab, he doesn't have the money for that list of items for his baby at home.
How much are you short now?
He's short $8.
I'll take it.
You'll take it?
Okay. Not the beer.
That's too generous. I'll just put something else back.
Well, not the diapers.
Linda insists he get everything on that list.
You live around here?
And that's not all.
I run a food pantry up here on Goliad.
Do you get a lot of military?
And we shouldn't. You come see me. We'll take care of you, the baby.
Time to thank this generous woman.
That was an actor.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, that's what I do. I help people.
And soldiers sometimes?
Soldiers sometimes, and as I was telling him, soldiers shouldn't have to do that. We should be taking care of our military much better than we are.
This is our actor. His name is Ryan.
Well, Ryan, you did a good job.
Thank you. Can I give you a hug?
And Linda's kindness is especially touching for Ryan.
I'm an actor, but I'm also a veteran, so I do appreciate everything that you did.
Well, that's great, and thank you for your service.
Yes,
too.
thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for your service. It's a phrase that echoes throughout San Antonio. Military City, USA, home to Brooke Army Medical Center, where during our visit, I got to meet soldiers who've made huge sacrifices.
San Antonio, they just wrap themselves around the military.
This city, I've never wanted for anything.
Throughout the day, we see it for ourselves.
Yeah, put the bread back.
I'll go ahead and take care of the balance.
I'll pay for $12.
This man hands our cashier a $20 bill to make up the difference. And that's not all.
Give him the change back.
Give him the change back?
Yeah.
Sir, thank you.
I understand going through hard times.
How'd you get through it?
One day at a time, buddy. We do better.
And listen as Betty Allen tries to make a deal.
Excuse me, ma'am. I got the $3 and spare him 50 cents.
Yes.
The reason for her plea?
Because I have to have enough to pay for my...
She needs enough money to pay for her own groceries.
Why would you do that?
I have the love of God in me. God is good.
Thank you.
He'll make up the difference.
Ma'am, can I give you a hug?
Sure you can.
Thank you very much. I just want to thank you.
Kiss the baby.
Yes, ma'am, no problem.
Let's meet this sweet woman.
Hi, ma'am.
How you doing, sir?
I'm John Quinones with the TV show, What Would You Do? We wanted to see if anyone would help him out.
Really?
Yes. We got you. Do you have a lot of money to spare?
No, I'm scrapping myself. I've had to put mine back and leave it.
You have
I've
to-
been in need, so that's the reason I know the feeling. But if I could help him, I wanted to help him.
Generosity from those who can barely afford it themselves.
Let me put back the baby food, I guess.
We see it again as Angel Galvan stops our actor in his tracks. Angel sold scrap metal so that he'd have enough money to pay for his groceries today.
You sold scrap metal, you got coupons, so you don't have a lot of money. And you still gave him $2. ¿Por qué? Why?
Pues, para ayudarlo, darle ayudar a las personas.
To help.
We roll one last time.
So you have a baby at home?
I do. She was actually born during my last deployment.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess you found your house a little different.
Cecilia Barron is clearly tuned in to our actor's conversation.
Your total is $36.54. I'm sorry, your credit card has been declined.
I've got cash. It's just things been really tight.
Here,
actually.
Cameron. I'll pay for you first. My good deed for the day.
She hands over her credit card to pay our veterans' entire bill.
The whole thing.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, my husband's a veteran, and I come from Magana, but go for it.
Can I put the beer back? I really don't want her to.
No, go. Okay, that's why we're here. Go ahead. It's already done. Don't worry about it.
What is it that inspires Cecilia's generosity?
Great.
I'm John Quinones with...
Oh, yeah, I know you. I know you.
He was an actor. He really didn't need the money.
Oh, my Lord.
We wanted to see what would happen.
With our veterans, we love them. What do you mean?
Whether anyone would help them.
I will.
Why?
Hey, if I can earn a living, I'm going to help my fellow human beings, especially the military.
You even bought him his beer.
Why not? Everybody likes to enjoy a beer once in a while. That's what I came for.
The people of San Antonio,
San Antonio, the military supports us.
time and again supporting those who support us all.
Thanks to him, we're all here.
They're serving us, our country, everybody around us. They're giving up their life for us. Why shouldn't we pay back?
Thank you very much.
Oh, God bless you.
Next,
Bow your heads. God is great.
a family praying to God.
Hey, come on, guys. Can you save the praying for church, please?
An atheist praying they would stop.
It just makes me extremely uncomfortable.
And then, all hell breaks loose.
Look, you're gonna mess with the wrong person.
When What Would You Do, deep in the heart of Texas, returns.
Go, folks. And burgers for the kids.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Bow your heads. God is great. God is good. Let us thank him for our food. By his
Can
hand.
you stop doing that? It's making me really uncomfortable.
Excuse me, doing what?
That praying thing. I don't mean to be rude, but I don't need you shoving your God in my face.
You're having lunch at a restaurant when you see a family, hand in hand, saying grace. Now, sitting next to them is an atheist. She's offended by all the praying and complains about it. Do you step in or do you turn the other cheek and say nothing? What would you do?
Miss, I'm sorry. We don't mean to offend you, but we have the right to pray openly.
And I have the right to eat without you forcing your religion down my throat.
It's sure to be a hot-button issue in San Antonio, a city with hundreds of houses of worship. Our family is fresh from Sunday services, and so is this couple. But does that mean they'll share our family's burden by stepping in?
God is great. God is good.
When our atheist interrupts,
Hey, come on, guys. Can you save the praying for church, please? You're making me really uncomfortable.
the look on Sandy Broach's face says it all.
Excuse me?
I don't believe what you believe, and you shouldn't be forcing your ideas on us.
At first, she uses a church whisper.
So could you please stop?
Then she makes a proclamation. And finally, offers an apology.
I'm sorry that y'all had to witness this here.
Thank you, ma'am.
I was in shock.
Sandy's shocked. But what about her husband, Pierce? So far, he's remained silent.
Why should you be allowed to force your religion down my throat when I'm just trying to sit and eat my lunch?
But then, his temper runneth over.
Tell you what, why don't all of us be quiet and enjoy this meal? We're quiet, and you be quiet. Please. Thank you.
I just don't see how I'm wrong.
Look, you're gonna mess with the wrong person. Can you be quiet? I'll be quiet. They'll be quiet. Please.
Okay.
I'm John Quinones.
Hey,
Of all people.
my gosh. I mean, I was at Mass this morning. And
I'm so sorry that we upset you.
no,
You were upset, sir.
I thought that this thing was escalating to the point that it was going to ruin the meal for everybody in this room.
And people who don't agree with prayer, what should they do?
If they don't agree with it, just keep quiet.
As we roll again, we tell Missy to tone down her complaints.
God is great. God is good.
Excuse me? I'm really, really sorry to interrupt, but do you mind not praying out loud? I'm an atheist, and it just makes me extremely uncomfortable.
Before Missy says another word, Lisa McIntyre takes on the role of brother's keeper.
I should do what?
But what if leaving the room isn't an option?
Do this. That's your choice. I don't have a choice because I can't.
Your choice is to get up and walk out and put your fingers in your ears. Why should they, with their children, not have to pray something?
They should have to get up and walk out.
I don't think so.
And then Lisa sets forth a few commandments of her own.
Say, shut up so they can pray.
Wow. Just have her say, I'm leaving then.
I'm just gonna leave. I don't understand why atheists don't.
And right away, Lisa comforts the family.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened.
Thank you.
Don't worry about the kids, Lisa. They're actors.
Bring it.
Mic's on, everything's cool?
It's time to introduce ourselves.
How are you, sir? I'm John Quinones.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you were strong in your reaction.
I'm normally not like that.
Yes,
That was very offensive to me, especially when they have small children sitting at the table.
God.
Prayer is good?
Prayer is good.
good.
It's not always answered, but it's good.
We roll again.
You could do it silently because I have rights too.
And now an unflinching act of support.
You guys want to join us in prayer?
Absolutely. We're about to eat as well.
This family agrees to join our actors in prayer.
God is great. God is good.
Now you're all praying in my face.
Thank you.
If they were Muslim, would you let them pray?
Absolutely. It's a free country.
When this family gets up to leave, Missy takes it as a sign of support.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
But then she learns the gospel truth.
Now people are leaving because of this praying.
Our family settles in one last time. And now it's Gina and Lyle Mortensen at the next table.
Yes. God is great.
But do you mind just praying silently?
Praying over my food. What's wrong with that?
Immediately, Gina takes notice. Will she speak up, or does she have the patience of Job?
It's just a public place. It's not a church, and it just makes me extremely uncomfortable.
And with that, Gina speaks her mind.
The right not to walk in. I think they have the right.
We sent our mom over to thank Gina.
Well, thank you very much for speaking up for us.
And then Missy joins in.
Excuse me? I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to upset you guys. I just felt really, really uncomfortable.
And the conversation becomes a tableside peace summit.
You have the right to practice being atheist.
But what they were doing was disturbing me.
It wasn't meant to disturb you at all.
We don't want to try to convert you, but quiet prayer in public is one of the rights that we have.
Shouldn't I stand up for my beliefs?
You just did.
You did. And we understand.
Blessed are the peacemakers. And now they offer one final bit of advice.
So I should let them pray?
Yes. Why not?
You have your beliefs. And if it makes you uncomfortable, then we apologize. But at this point in time, I think it's best for us to.
But we can't let it go just yet.
We feel everybody has the same rights.
You do your thing and we'll do ours.
That's correct. You're not going to change my faith overnight. And I'm not going to change your opinion in 1 hour or less.
You try to reason with her.
It's not actually reasoning, it's just simply...
We respect our beliefs, and we respect your beliefs. And that was, to me, that was the end of the story.
Amen to that.
Next. Ready.
I'm getting my first gun today.
Aim.
Are you actually going to buy that for your son?
Fire.
Excuse me.
No, excuse me, because this can't happen. It absolutely cannot happen.
But these folks are ready to fire back.
I can show a 4-year-old how to shoot.
When What Would You Do? Deep in the Heart of Texas returns.
Kids and guns. A heated debate.
On average, every third day in America, a child dies in an accidental shooting.
Every accidental shooting sparks a conversation, like this one, involving a 9-year-old girl who shot her instructor, Charles Baca. It was all captured on video by her parents.
Go ahead and give me one shot. But when she fires, she loses control, accidentally shooting Vaca dead.
And now we're in the Lone Star State, asking how young is too young to learn how to shoot.
Happy birthday, young man.
You mean I finally get a gun of my very own?
Yep, you're old enough now.
Awesome.
Excuse me, but seriously? You're giving a gun as a birthday present to a little kid?
Don't worry, I'll teach him everything he needs to know to be safe.
Oh my gosh, is this even legal?
In fact, in Texas and in many other states, it is perfectly legal. You're at a gun shop where you see a father buying his son a rifle for his 7th birthday. Now, do you let our birthday boy exercise his right to bear arms? Or do you agree with this disapproving customer? What would you do?
You're the most irresponsible parent on the planet.
All of our actors receive training in firearm safety before we set up at Nardis Gun Shop in San Antonio.
Good morning. How can I help you today?
My son's birthday is today. He's 7 years old today.
Well, I might actually have just the gun for you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and I'm getting my first gun today, so
Congratulations.
I'm really excited about it.
Thanks. I would be too.
Every gun that our 7-year-old touches has been disabled.
Excuse me, are you actually gonna buy that?
But what'll happen when our disapproving customer
How old is he? Is he like 5?
takes aim at our dad?
I understand what you're saying. Okay, but this is my son.
This is really dangerous. I'm sorry, this is just too irresponsible.
I think that's the most responsible thing that father can do with his son right now. That's to teach his son good firearm use, and that's exactly what he's doing. I just want to shake your hand. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I mean, with what's going on right now, kids get hurt all the time.
They get hurt because they haven't been taught, and that father's teaching his son right now. I disagree with your point 100%.
Time to introduce ourselves.
I'm John Quinones with the TV show What Would You Do?
I'll say I'd shake his hand again in a minute. Great birthday present. Good way to start off.
And a child can handle that mentally, and
I think so. I think the kids out there today that don't get the proper instruction, that's where the problem's at.
We're back at it again.
Excuse me, are you actually gonna buy that for him?
And along comes Jeremy Madama.
Yes, ma'am. I was thinking about it.
That's just too young. This is really irresponsible.
Immediately, he locks eyes on the debate. Whose side will he take?
Is that your wife?
No.
I'm just a concerned customer
Did you
here.
have something happen to you as a child?
What do you mean exactly by that? I just have a really hard time with, a young child like this who's never handled a firearm before.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if you had a traumatic experience. Because teaching a child how to shoot at a young age is the best form of firearm safety.
But he's just too young.
I don't think he's too young.
Jeremy practices what he preaches.
I started my son shooting a little 22 like that when he was 5 years old. And he doesn't touch it unless I'm standing there. You sit there and you supervise your child. I'm sure he's not going to be letting a kid run around in his neighborhood with that. It's all about the way you raise your kids. The gun's not dangerous, people are dangerous.
I mean, how do you know, though?
Because I'm in the military, I've been surrounded by firearms. It's a way of life.
A way of life for this Army veteran.
Did I just win $1 million?
And when I meet him, I learned that not only was Jeremy Madama in the military, he paid a huge price defending his country.
This happened right here. This happened. You can see it. That's what happened.
And you still feel strongly about guns? And
Absolutely. It's part of our Constitution, and people should be allowed, have the right to bear arms.
we're in Texas, and maybe people think differently here than up in other big cities.
There's a lot of parts of Texas that are very rural, and kids grow up with guns. There's kids learn how to hunt and do those things. It's a real shame when you hear about people getting killed or hurt because they didn't know any better, because they weren't taught.
Throughout the day, most customers agree. To prevent accidental shootings, you need training and supervision.
Do you think I'm too young to shoot?
I don't think so. If you got somebody that's training you, like your father, I think he'll be okay.
Thank you.
What age do you think is appropriate?
I mean, with a 22, I can show a 4-year-old how to shoot a 22.
This man, like other customers here, refuses to blame the gun when a child is accidentally hurt.
In my opinion, guns don't kill people. Somebody has to pull the trigger. Do you blame misspelled words on your pencil? No. So it's pretty much the same thing.
So this is your standard.
But what if we switch things up? Our dad is buying an adult-sized .40 caliber Glock pistol, a handgun with a much stronger recoil.
Excuse me, are you actually going to buy that for your son? I mean, I don't think his hands can even fit on it.
It's a different weapon, but the reaction and the message from this man are the same.
If that's a parent want to teach his son at a certain age, then that's up to that parent. As long as that parent know what he's doing, that's fine.
But how much of a weapon is too much for a 7-year-old?
Is your AK-47?
It's a big gun.
Our dad hands his son a bigger and much more powerful assault rifle, which is legal for his son to shoot in Texas.
I mean, this is so irresponsible. He doesn't even look like he can hold it.
Staying out of that.
Justin Green tells our salesman, who's also an actor, that our dad is off target.
I'll probably not be my first choice.
The AK-47?
So they're legal age over top of them.
Keep it. Keep that AK-47, yeah. So you think it's okay for him to shoot if kind of his father's there and whatnot?
He did the father has the proper training.
Yeah.
That's the key, just not an amateur.
Why is it a tough weapon for a 7-year-old?
It's an AK-47. There's really no need for it. I mean, there's not for hunting. There's no need for them to have self-defense. It's not really for them.
We roll one last time, and we meet this family, also shopping for a gun. Their 3-year-old points at the gun case and repeats a family rule. What will the family do when the disapproving customer confronts our father and son?
That gun is massive for that little boy.
Trinidad Villa gives Greg
Hey, I think you're doing good.
a thumbs up.
I'm teaching my 6-year-old son how to use weaponry.
Still upset, our actress Kirby asks his wife Deandra for her opinion.
Do you guys teach your little girl to shoot with a gun like that?
She gets older now.
Like what age would you guys consider?
Whenever we think she's ready. Why are you in a gun store if you don't believe in it?
Because I shoot, and I'm an adult.
Okay,
He's a kid.
You have no business to tell him anything.
I just think it's irresponsible parenting.
How do you place to tell him?
John, you want to break this now?
How are you?
Oh my gosh, we're such big fans of your
That's
show.
so sweet, thank you.
I have 3 kids.
And they know where your guns are?
Yep.
Are they locked?
I keep them stored away. I don't keep them locked.
Are you worried?
At them, no. I'm not.
Because
I've been teaching them since they were little.
Do you touch Daddy's guns?
Kids and guns. Others elsewhere might disagree. But on this day in this Texas gun shop,
So it's not your birthday?
No.
the consensus was that it's not the age of the user that matters so much as the training and the supervision.
Coming up,
2 cowboys are acting like fairies.
our canoodling cowboys have left this woman fit to be tied.
You know this is Texas, not Brokeback Mountain.
Will other diners wish they could quit her?
This one needs to be out of here.
Or the cowboys? When What Would You Do? Deep in the Heart of Texas returns. What Would You Do? Deep in the Heart of Texas continues.
Hi. Never seen you here before. Guy as handsome as you shouldn't be eating lunch alone. Want some company?
Thank you, I'm flattered. I'm actually waiting for my date now. Oh, there he is.
He? Wait, you're queers? Dressed like that? Cowboys are supposed to be real men who like women, not other men.
You're at a small-town barbecue joint when you see a woman becoming downright belligerent because the cowboy she fancies turns out to be gay. She berates the couple, calling them ugly names. What would you do?
I think it's repulsive. It's just not natural for 2 guys to be together.
We're 50 miles north of San Antonio in the small town of Blanco, Texas. Fewer than 2,000 people call this town home. But today, some visitors are passing through. Our entire crew and these 3 actors. We've taken over Old 300 Barbecue on 4th Street in the heart of town. How will visitors and residents react to this rude customer's anti-gay comments?
Whoa.
Good to see you. It's good to see you too. I missed you.
Did you guys just kiss?
It takes no time for this woman to take note of Elizabeth's words.
Just let us.
And you guys are dressed like your own business. They're making it my business. It doesn't bother you?
Her husband approaches Elizabeth and tells her quietly just what he thinks.
I'm a veteran. I served in the military, and I like to think that's one of the reasons I serve, so that people in this country would be free. Work out free, inheritance free. So I would appreciate it if you didn't serve out here.
I just think it's gross, that's all.
He defended our gay couple. But then this customer sits down with Elizabeth and tells her he agrees with her.
Men should be men.
Our country's in trouble.
I couldn't agree more.
It's disintegrating, and that's just part of it, you know. So
Thank you.
they're flaunting it because they know if you say anything, you're the problem, not them. And so they're just flaunting their freedom. They want everybody to know that they can do whatever they want and nobody can say anything about it.
Yeah.
It seems like only certain people have rights. And they are very vocal, very militant. They rule over us. Until enough people like you stand up, it's not going to change.
Now, 2 new customers are enjoying their lunch. Elizabeth strikes up a conversation with them after our cowboys greet each other.
That is disgusting. Those 2 kissing? Did you see that?
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
If you live long enough, you'll see everything.
Are you guys bothered about that? No?
I get it. I think it's ridiculous.
You think it's ridiculous? Yeah. I think it's not just ridiculous, I think it's disgusting.
I do too.
As our couple sits hand in hand, Elizabeth asks this customer how he'd react if homosexuality hit closer to home.
What would you do if one of your sons told you he was gay?
I'd make him change his name.
I would love it, but I wouldn't harm it. I love him.
So you would disown him?
Send him away.
The woman asked you, what if your son told you he was gay? And you were very honest about that.
No.
You wouldn't be happy?
No, I would not be happy. I think that God made us male and female, and that's how it ought to stay.
You also believe in the Bible, you said, and you
Yes, I
think
do.
homosexuality is wrong in your book.
That's what it says. I just believe what it says. I don't have any, I guess, axe to grind or anything like that, but I know what I read.
Throughout the day, we see a string of people in Blanco who just can't help but voice their opinions.
Everybody's watching you guys, it's just gross.
No, we're watching you. Make a fool of yourself.
Are we bothering you?
They're like cowboys. It's like you expect them to be more manly. You don't think it's gross?
You know this is Texas, not Brokeback Mountain, right?
This woman looks like she's about to jump out of her seat as she hears what Elizabeth is saying to the couple.
Well, why don't you just stay at your table and we'll stay at ours, and we'll just get on our way.
You know, in the Bible, it says that being with another man is an abomination. An abomination.
This increasingly annoyed customer goes to talk to a waitress, also one of our actors, and they're joined by another angry diner.
She's telling me you shouldn't be in here.
running the show.
She needs to be.
This gal needs to be gone.
Yeah. Oh, what did she do? I'm
She's
sorry.
abusing these two. This one needs to be out of here.
We run the entire scene once more. Our cowboys greet each other. And Elizabeth explodes over what she sees.
There's two men kissing and holding hands over there. I mean, it's not natural.
This couple has no problem telling her they disagree.
Doesn't that bother you? I mean, two cowboys, two Texas men,
Yeah.
are acting like fairies. I mean, they're sitting in the middle of a restaurant, cuddling with each other.
Hey guys, quit cuddling.
I mean, I can't believe nobody else thinks this is a problem.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, guys.
Never like to hear like anybody else.
Time to talk to the couple who took a stand for our cowboys.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Oh, hi.
I'm John
I
Quinones.
know who you are.
You come to Blanco.
I sure did. What were you thinking?
If you don't want to watch it, then go sit in someplace else in the restaurant.
But do you think two men have the right to express affection?
Well, yes. They might want to calm it down a little bit in a restaurant. I don't think I'd be sitting there doing a bunch of smooching in a restaurant. I think there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
That didn't bother me.
Next,
Hey, Mr. Pink Scarf.
they like to say, keep Austin weird.
Hey, Limpy Gimpy.
But what about rude?
She's simply wimpy.
Don't point out people's faults and get nuts. Don't have a word.
When What Would You Do returns.
I'm playing for tips, everybody. Hey, Mr. Businessman, this song's for you to hear. Is that phone attached to your ear? Pink scarf around your neck. Is there someone we can blame? Are you trying to look like a rock star? Because really, you just look lame. Hey, Limpy Gimpy. You're not gonna tip? Gimpy's downright skimpy.
We're in the live music capital of the world, Austin, Texas. But the tunes this musician is performing are laced with ugly lyrics. And if you don't tip him, he's downright rude. What will Austinites do? Will they try to change his tune? Will they sing along? Or will they just walk on by? What would you do?
Yo, good girl, I'm not sleazy, but those pants make you look easy.
Our cameras are rolling at the Hey Cupcake food truck on South Conduit Street.
Can you believe this guy's a 1%er over here? Never tips me.
And Mario has a song for our actor who's dressed in a suit.
You must make lots of money. Why don't you stop and share?
This man is laughing.
I'm just a starving musician. It's not like you even care. So you like the song?
But will he also enjoy the music directed at our actor who's wearing a pink scarf?
Are you sick? Are you cold? Because you live in Texas and you're not 80 years old. I bet you're one of those guys who even wears your scarf inside. Like inside the closet. The closet where you hide. Come on out, buddy.
You guys really think this is funny? Yeah, I mean, he's just asking.
They seem to enjoy it all. They even leave a tip. Time to find out why.
You were getting a kick out of it.
I wanted to see what he had to say about me.
Oh, you were waiting for him to pick on you.
Hey, I thought it was funny. I just thought it was one of those things they do. Yeah, keep Austin weird, man.
Throughout the day, Mario finds more and more people willing to join his fan club.
Do you think he's funny?
A little, no offense to you, sir. We must admit, it's quite clever.
You're so funny. You always have funny. Oh.
So far, Mario's been picking on Greg and Jay. But what will people do when he finds fault with our female actors? Amy is dressed for yoga class, and Mario's lyrics make a turn from rude to lewd.
Is a sexy yoga girl.
Is he talking about me?
I think so. I'm not sleazy, but those pants make you look easy.
This man seems to have an opinion, but at first he keeps it to himself.
I'm just staring at your yoga butt.
Next, we send in Missy, who hobbles past Mario on crutches.
Hey, limpy gimpy. She's simply wimpy.
Just been talking about everybody that's walking around, but he's getting literally $0.
Are you guys talking about me? I'm right here.
You're talking about us and you're right there.
He makes a good point, and he's got more.
You don't point out people's flaws and get money. That's not how it works.
Well, if people tip better, I'd probably be nicer. Whatever.
When Mario ignores that advice, Zach and his friends get up to leave.
Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
I'm John Quinones. You were angry.
So, I was very angry.
What was the breaking point?
And when he started making fun of the girl that was limping around.
On crutches.
Yeah, on the crutches. It's not cool. She can't help that. That's not her fault. So why make fun of her, right?
What's the chance that you might use me as your yoga mat?
Next up, this group of girls sits with Amy in solidarity.
He walked up and he was like, hey, yoga girl. And he said, I don't want to be sleazy, but make you look easy. We'll find him. Girls gotta stick together.
Girls gotta stick together. We send in Missy to join them.
He's just singing about everyone.
As Missy trips and falls, Mario cranks up those insults.
That was pretty classic. She has no legs to stand on.
Juliana Taylor has had enough. She marches over to give Mario her 2 cents, and we're not talking tip.
It's mean to make fun of someone for being on crutches, having a limp. Do you want people to know you as a mean artist, like writing mean songs?
I think they're kind of funny.
I don't think anyone else is laughing at
No? I'm just trying to be creative.
That's not creative, that's just mean.
It's time to let him know.
It's what would you do? Do you watch the show? Well, now you're on it. People don't accept this in Austin?
No, it's not okay anywhere. Everyone has the right to be their own person and sit here and enjoy a cupcake. When you're offending people, it's not okay.
This is a really cool sisterhood you had going on.
Hey there, Mr. Pink Scarf.
Judith and Craig Miniger sit down to enjoy their cupcakes as we roll one final time.
You really just look lame.
They don't seem to be enjoying Mario's show.
I bet you're so dumb. I'm an artist.
As Mario continues, she reassures Jay and gives Missy a warning.
Don't listen to him, he's a real jerk.
And as they make like a tree, she leaves him with this.
You're just a mean guy.
Hi there.
Oh my God, yeah, I love your show.
We were wondering who would step up and say something.
Oh, really? I told you you're
Really? You have to bleep that out.
You don't know that girl or that businessman.
No, but I've stood up for a lot of people who are being treated crappy.
We're all slobs on the same bus.
And we have to stand up for each other.
Absolutely.
What would you do?
The Riverwalk, which winds its way along the banks of the San Antonio River, has been called the American Venice. It's a beautiful place to wind up our remarkable journey